Hello and welcome on this new midweek analysis video from Xtreme Trader. This is Salah speaking. So unfortunately, my friends, we did not really have a good beginning of the signals which I have sent here last Saturday. As you can see, many of them sadly have went actually in big loss. It's important to mention that most of these failures happened due to the news from the USD dollar. As you can see, yesterday we had the ISM services PMI, and it was actually much higher than the forecast. The forecast was 53.5. Meanwhile, the actual news was 56.5, which of course has gave the dollar a boost, and therefore many of the pairs have actually went in the opposite direction. It's important to mention, of course, that the pound USD was actually going in a very good profit. As you can see right here, the pound USD has reversed exactly from the given price at 1.22334. This signal was just a perfect one and running in about 83 pips of profit before the news hits the market, and of course it went in loss. Same goes of course to the if I'm not mistaken, the USD CAD. The USD CAD, no, the USD CAD, no, sorry, I thought the USD CAD has reversed here. The USD CAD, of course, it didn't work as well. USD JPY didn't work at all. It actually was running in Monday morning in about 50 pips of profit before reversing and going in the opposite direction. I have to admit that this was not due to the news. The gold, the USD CHF actually was also running in a good profit before finally goes back in the opposite direction. The only signal which is running so far is the Euro USD. However, those who are actually in the VIP group of Telegram have a different story, of course. They have actually made a lot of profits. As you can see, we started the week with 3 signals hit the take profit level number 3, and thankfully the other signals have also went to the take profit number 1 and 2 as well, making the beginning of Monday with more than 390 pips of profit. This is amazing. Pound AUD also, my friends, have hit the take profit level, making 100 pips of profit. Euro CAD, 100 pips of profit, take profit number 2. So for the VIP group, of course, it's a different story. They are actually running in a very good profit so far. And however, let me now see what we can do, my friends, in the market, and let's see if we can actually catch up with the VIP group, and hopefully everyone is going to be in profit, whoever watching me on YouTube and following me. So that's everything for the beginning, and let's now begin analyzing the Euro USD. So of course, the Euro USD, my friends, we have to get rid of this old signal. I don't believe that we can keep buying the Euro USD. The Euro USD is running so far in about I would say about 20 pips of profit, but that has to end. Of course, the reason is this strong bearish candle. This bearish candle, my friends, is actually changing the whole game. We cannot actually keep buying the Euro USD after the appearance of that candle. The reason is the real level of the resistance of this level lies exactly right there. It lies exactly at 1.05911. This actually is even lower than that. It's actually like that. This is actually the right level, the right way to draw the resistance line. Therefore, the exact level of the resistance is 1.05699. And as you can see, the market has actually failed to break out from that level of a resistance. Therefore, I believe that the Euro USD is indeed going to continue the fall. And if I'm not mistaken, this time the target has to be placed right here. Exactly, that's level of a support at 1.03831. But however, we just need a confirmation that we can indeed short the pound USD exactly on that level. It's important to mention right here on the 4-hour time frame that we're having here actually a fake breakout. This structure, let me show it to you. This structure right here is actually, or this pattern is actually a fake breakout. Therefore, the real level of a resistance lies exactly right there. Exactly right here at 1.05344. And as you can see right now, we are on the 4-hour candles, and the new candle has just born, which means the market might actually rise for about 25 pips before we can start shorting the pair. But we want to have the exact entry. How can we find it? The answer lies, of course, in the trend lines this time. And what I'm going to do is simply draw here a support trend line and drag it all the way just like that. Perfect. So now, if I just squeeze this chart like that, just to make it easier, now we can see clearly that we had here a support trend line, and actually it has been respected repeatedly. And right now, the market has made here the bearish engulfing candle, which actually has broken out from that level of a support trend line. Therefore, I believe it's going to be a good idea to wait for the market to rise a little bit more to reach that level of a broken support trend line to create the new resistance trend line. Afterwards, we can actually start shorting the Euro USD. So meaning the best level to start shorting the pair is actually going to be here, the highest level of the resistance at 1.05454. I believe is going to be actually a good level to start shorting the pair after it rises for about 37 pips. And therefore, if we check even the daily chart, we can see this was also the highest level of the resistance, which seems like it's going to be also the best level to start shorting the Euro USD. It's also important to mention that on the daily chart for the Euro USD, we had right here a real level of a resistance, a real level of a resistance, and a fake breakout. And finally, it seems like the real level of the resistance is indeed being respected once again. So that being said, I believe we can start shorting the Euro USD, going back to the 4-hour time frame, exactly right there at 1.05454. And the target, my friends, as I have mentioned earlier, has to be placed at least right there. Should be right here. Actually, the nearest strong key support level to our entry, which means we're actually expecting to make approximately 116 pips profit from the signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't be ranging just higher than this level of the resistance right there. Exactly. I'm just giving the candles a space to breathe if they needed to reach the highest level of the resistance, which means the safe zone shouldn't be ranging higher than actually more than 55 pips against 120 pips of profit. Moving now to the pound USD. Alright, so for the pound USD, as you can see, my friends, we have to delete the old signal. It's not working anymore. And let's now see what we can do next with this pair. Now, it's important to mention also that the pound USD is indeed respecting that level of a support at 1.21664. However, I don't believe that the pair is going to be able to hold the position for a long time. The pressure is so strong on that level of a previous resistance, and the market has already went down for 2 times, actually retesting that level of a broken resistance. However, the price action right here shows us that the market is most likely going to be a bearish for the remaining days of this week. Going back to the daily chart right now. So on the daily chart, what we can see right here also, my friends, is a real level of a resistance, as we can see exactly right there. This was actually a strong level of a resistance right here and right there. And we had here, of course, in the middle, a fake breakout. As we can see right here also, the market has actually shown us here a chance actually to break out from that level. However, that didn't happen, supported by the ISM Services PMI news. However, the good thing here is that we're having right now this candle right here. This candle I usually trust actually a lot. Once I see this candle appears on a resistance level, it usually means that the market is gonna make a bearish movement. Now, the thing is, we did not have the full candle, the red candle right here. This of course was Monday's candle, and this candle was not here when I analyzed the market last Saturday. Without the appearance of this candle, we cannot really trust this candle right here, my friends. So right now, after the appearance of this red candle, I believe it's now a confirmation that this reverse hammer candle is inverted hammer, sorry, is actually a strong sign of the bearish movement. And actually, we can start shorting the pair after the appearance of that candle, which has been followed later with a red candle as well. So going back to the 4-hour time frame, if I'm not mistaken, we can actually start shorting the pound USD exactly from this level of a resistance right here, because this was a real level of a resistance, and we had here a fake breakout and another fake breakout. It's really important also to mention that on the left side, this level was indeed a very strong level of a resistance. Check this out. It was a strong level of a resistance as well. It was also a strong level of a support. It was a key support level. So meaning, I believe this level is going to be good to start shorting the pair, which means we have to wait for the pound USD to rise for about 44 pips before we can start shorting it. However, the target this time is going to be actually lower than the resistance level, because I don't believe this resistance level is going to hold the position, and most likely it's going to be breaking out from. Therefore, the target is going to be right here, the nearest strong key resistance level right here at 1.20303, which means we are actually aiming approximately 223 pips profit from the signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone is going to be ranging for about 100 pips only. Moving now to the AUD USD. Alright, so also of course the AUD USD signal did not work. So let's see now, my friends, what we can do next with this pair. Now also, I think it's very similar to the Euro USD. If we check right now, the daily chart is actually much more clearer. It's really clear. We can see right here the real level of the resistance right there exactly at 0.67763. This was of course a real level of a resistance, my friends. Meanwhile, in the middle we had here a fake breakout. Now it's important to mention that also we're having here the same candle which I have talked about, the inverted hammer, which I really trust a lot. And once it's appearing on a resistance level, usually it indicates for a bearish reversal, and that of course can be seen right here with that strong bearish candle, the red candle. So most likely the market is gonna continue the fall after retesting that level of a broken resistance. So we just need to actually, after confirming the direction on the daily chart, we have to switch now to the 4-hour time frame just to confirm where exactly we can start shorting the AUD USD. Now we cannot ignore that we're having here a support trend line, as we can see. Exactly just like that. So this level of a support trend line has been broken out from with that very strong bearish candle, and right now we can see that the AUD USD is indeed rising again, and most likely is going to be retesting the broken level of a support trend line. Also, as you can see, my friends, on the left side we had here a real level of a strong key resistance level. So meaning we have to wait for the AUD USD to rise for about 55 pips before we can start shorting it. However, I want to give actually a more accurate entry, which means, yes, exactly, this level right here, because this is actually the right way to draw the horizontal line on that resistance level. And as we can see, it's also matching up along with our support trend line, which is going to be hopefully a resistance trend line. And from that level, we can start shorting the AUD USD after it rises for about 40 pips more. However, if we do that, the take profit level has to be given, of course, exactly at that level of a nearest strong key support level at 0.66361, which means we are actually aiming approximately 125 pips profit from the signal against a safe zone that shouldn't be ranging higher than this level of a resistance exactly, which means it's going to be ranging for about 60 pips against 125 pips of profit. Moving now to the USD CAD. Alright, so of course we have to get rid of this signal. It's no longer valid. So let's see now, my friends, what we can do next with the USD CAD. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, sorry about that, I had to pause the recording. Anyway, where were we? Yes, regarding the USD CAD, my friends, as you can see right here, we're having a very strong key support level, and I think this is going to be our good chance to buy the USD CAD, depending actually on that strong key support level. As we can see right here, we had here this strong bullish engulfing candle, which has appeared yesterday to the ISM services PMI news, which of course has given the dollar a boost, and therefore we can see also that the market has reversed on that level of a resistance. But the interesting thing here is, if we check that resistance trend line, let me just show it to you exactly right, like this, we can see clearly that we are actually having here a resistance trend line which has been respected repeatedly, and finally we had here the bullish breakout candle from that resistance trend line. Therefore, most likely we are actually looking to start buying at the retest of that level of a broken resistance trend line, and we have to, of course, to find the best level to start buying that level of relying, of course, on that level of a support. So we have to what I wanted to say is, we're having a broken level of a resistance trend line, and we are going to rely on that strong key support level to find the best entry. Now, if I'm not mistaken, let me just look at the left side. Yes, this was actually a good level to start buying the. This is gonna be actually a good level to start buying the USD CAD. So pay attention, my friends. We're having here a real level of a support, as you can see, which has been respected repeatedly. Then right here, these two candles right here represents a fake breakout. Same goes to that structure right here, or this pattern. It indicates also for a fake breakout. The same level of a resistance also has respected that level of a support. So meaning we can see that the same level also, 1.35231, actually was a very strong key support, key resistance level. As we can see also, we had here the market respected that level of a resistance, and then in the middle we had here this fake breakout. So that means that this real level of a support is most likely going to be respected once again, once the market falls again to retest the broken level of a resistance trend line, which means we have to wait for the USD CAD to fall for about 40 pips before we can start buying it. However, if we do that, the take profit level is going to be given actually at that strong key resistance level at 1.36667, which means we're actually aiming 135 pips profit from the signal against a safe zone that shouldn't be ranging lower than this level of a real support at 1.34692, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 62 pips against 134 pips of profit. Moving now to the USD JPY. Okay, of course, the USD JPY signal has failed entirely. I don't think it was due to the news. The news just made it worse, but of course it has failed entirely. So again, guys, please accept my apologies if anyone has lost money because of this signal. We will do the best we can, of course, to recover any potential losses. So anyway, regarding the USD JPY, if I'm not mistaken this time, my friends, if we go now to the daily chart, now what we're having here is a very strong bullish engulfing candle has appeared, and also we can rely on that level of a support right here exactly. Let me just be accurate, exactly right here at 135.888. Now, it's really important to mention that this level, of course, was a very strong key level of a support. However, it became a resistance for only one time, and the market has instantly broken out from that level, meaning the market has actually failed to respect that level again for a resistance. Now also, the same level of a support has also become a fake breakout right here. That is really important. Usually what happens is, once you are having here a real level of a support being followed later with a fake breakout, usually the real level of a support is going to be most likely respected again, and after that we can start buying the USD JPY. I believe the USD JPY this time, finally, thankfully, is easy to be read. As we can see, my friends, even on the 4-hour time frame, this was indeed the lowest level of a support. As we can see, it was also the real level of a support right here as well. It was also a strong key support level multiple times. Therefore, 135.888 is going to be our new level to start buying the USD JPY after it falls for about 64 pips before we can start buying it. Also, not to mention that we're having here the bullish engulfing candle from that level of a resistance. However, this was right here the nearest strong key support level to that bullish candle. And according to my strategy, the 20 pips a day, this is going to be actually the best level to start buying the pair, since it's actually lies exactly on the same level of a nearest strong support level to the bullish breakout candle. That means the USD JPY to be bought at 135.888. However, if that happens, the target has to be placed at least right here, the nearest strong key resistance level at 139.332. But that's going to be actually a lot of pips. 340 pips. I mean, that's really a lot and not realistic. I don't support giving this much of pips in one signal. Therefore, of course, the reason is I know nobody is going to make it. Therefore, the take profit level is going to be about 236 pips of profit. Meanwhile, the safe zone, going back now to the daily chart, has to be placed just right here, exactly right there. Till the lowest level of a real support as well right here at 134.769, which means the edge of the safe zone is ranging for about 105 pips against 250 pips of profit. Moving now to the USD CHF. Alright, so of course we have to delete the old signal of the USD CHF. It's no longer valid. However, I think it's gonna be easy right now to trade the USD CHF because judging the 4-hour time frame and the daily chart, we're also having right here a very strong key support level exactly right there. Yes, at 0.93907. I don't think that the USD CHF need any further analysis. I mean, we can see clearly a very strong key support level, which can never be ignored in my opinion, and we're having here the fake breakout has appeared from that level. This was actually a breakout, and we thought that the market is going to make here a strong real level of a resistance, but actually it was just a fake breakout, and the market has instead continued the fall. And again, the market has failed to create a new resistance right here, which means the market has actually failed to create a resistance for 2 times, so number 1 and number 2. All of these attempts has actually become a support. So meaning we can see right here that the real level of a support is most likely going to be respected, and the USD CHF is going to continue the rise. I mean, it's really simple. I don't really need to analyze it anymore further. So meaning we have to wait for the USD CHF to fall for about 24 pips before we can start buying it, and the take profit level has to be given exactly as 0.95302, since this is actually the nearest strong key resistance level to our entry, which means we are actually aiming about 145 pips profit from the signal, and the safe zone shouldn't be ranging lower than this level of a support as 0.93198, since this is actually the real level of a support which we are relying on. We are relying, of course, my friends, on that level of a support. Therefore, if the candle has actually failed to respect that level, meaning this signal is no longer valid. Anyway, the edge of the safe zone is ranging for about 70 pips. Yes, 70 pips against 140 pips of profit. Moving now to the gold. Alright, so of course the gold, as we can see, is reversing. However, we can no longer keep the buy order anymore. I believe that the gold this time is gonna continue the fall. Let me just delete the old signal, which of course didn't work, and I think you guys have guessed where I'm going to send you the signal to short the gold, which is exactly right here at that level of a resistance. Let me just be more accurate, exactly right there at 1783.39. Of course, the reason is it's just simply like that. If we check right here on the left side, so we are having here a real level of a resistance, which has been, of course, created last week. And as you can see right here, the real level of that resistance has actually been respected once and twice. However, we had here one fake breakout and another entire pattern of a fake breakout. And of course, it's important to mention that the same level exactly was a very strong key support level, as we can see right here. It was also a strong key support level right there. So even right here, as we can see, my friends, this was a very strong level. 1783.40 is indeed a very strong level. Regardless is a support or a resistance, it has always been a very strong level. As we can see, the candle is rising. I think it's going toward that level of a resistance. After it rises for about 80 pips, we can start shorting the gold. And of course, not to mention that we're having here a real, a broken level of a trend line. Just like that. I mean, I need to be fast, my friends. The market is indeed rising and reaching, really approaching that level of a broken support trend line. Exactly, just like that. This was indeed a broken level of a support trend line. We had here the bearish candle, which has broken out from that level of a support trend line, which means the gold is indeed gonna rise for about 80 pips, and therefore we can start shorting the pair after it rises again to reach that level of a resistance. Yes, we have to be fast because the signal is gonna be triggered very soon. The take profit level has to be given exactly at the nearest strong key support level at 1739.88. However, the safe zone will be ranging just till the highest level of a resistance right here at 1800.55, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 180 pips against 432 pips of profit. And there goes the signal, my friends, for the USD pairs and the gold for this week. Of course, there is more to analyze in the gold, but I don't really have much time. We have to send this video out before the signal being triggered. Just before we end the video, I wanted to mention something, guys. I really feel bad when any of my signals fail. I don't feel good at all. Actually, I have a bad mood the whole day. I know how many traders here trust me and they are actually following my analysis, and many of them having an incomes based on my analysis, and therefore once any signal fails, it really hurts me a lot. I mean, even if all of the signals went in profit, thankfully as usual, if one of them only failed, I really feel bad. I mean, I ask myself, why did it fail? What happened here? What happened? What was the reason for this signal to fail? I mean, even though all of the signals went in profit, I really focus on the one has failed because I feel somehow guilty about it. So again, I hope you guys understand that what happened yesterday. Okay, I cannot say that it's entirely the market's fault and the news fault because of the news, but again, it actually was a reason. I mean, the pound USD, for example, it really has reversed exactly from where I have mentioned to start buying the pair, and however went back because of the news. However, again, I will do my best. I will do the best I can to provide you with a very good signals, and hopefully everyone who is following me is gonna end up in a very good profit for this week. So again, until then, I hope that it's informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.